Hello, welcome to Exotic Gardening UK, Yorkshire Kris Weekly. And on this week's video, we're going to do a nice full garden tour of the garden in autumn. So summer is well and truly behind us now. We're well into the start of autumn, although we've still got nice, warm, beautiful days like today. And I'm going to take this opportunity to show you around the garden one last time whilst all the plants, well, most of the plants are still out. So we can have a look at the final growth for the season and sort of take stock of what's done well this year. So hopefully you'll enjoy the tour. So we'll start as we normally start at the back gate. Actually I'm on the deck at the moment and you can see the gourds hanging down. The foliage is pretty much died off now. So I'll be picking these ready for a Halloween display, autumn display soon. Lots of interesting shapes and a few different colour combinations here of the warty ones and smooth ones, green and yellow. And then this is a view from the top of the deck going down the garden. So at this time of year we've got some heavy shade where the plants have grown really tall on the south side, but there's still plenty of sun to be had. And then just by the deck we've got the nice growth of the Trachycarpus nova here, which is in this sort of rubble bed, planted here about 5 years ago now as a very small plant. And the Persicaria is still looking pretty good underneath it as well. More unset Hanebas that I need to divide at some point. And then let's just step back and have a look at this beautiful Butia erispatha, very graceful form. Really like this palm. And we've still got flowering the Chilean lantern tree, Crinodendron. Not loads of flowers, but there's still quite a few dotted about over there. And then as we look up, we've got the Pseudopanax, crucifolius and ferox. This beautiful warm autumn day. It's 22 degrees. We've still got a little bit of sunflower flowering. And these are the Trachycarpus princeps palms that we planted earlier in the year. And we've got 3 specimens down here. And the aeoniums are still out as well. And we're getting to the point where we're going to start bringing in some plants and overwintering, but we can still enjoy the garden, especially on days like this. So we've got the unset Haneba bananas dominating, but also the Canna musifolia, which is absolutely huge. So I am standing looking directly straight across at 2 meters now, and we've still got all that height above. And towering above everything else, believe it or not, is the Tiphonia, which is it's over 3 meters tall easily up there, which is crazy high for Tiphonia. It just shows you how well fertilised the soil and how rich the soil is in this area. Because this was grown from seed in early May, the seed was sown for this I believe. So that is grown really tall and you've still got lots of these beautiful orange flowers all over it. So yeah, coming to the end for these sort of plants. We're taking cuttings already of many of these Plectranthus, Coleus, Celanstomans here. Got the nice elephant ears. This is Mammoth, which has huge leaves, which put my hand on, you can see, yeah, they're massive. They're a good sort of 70 centimetres long. Got Cleopatra cannas there as well. And then here, so you can see the difference between this and my earlier summer video, we've got the nice Spanish flag flowering, and that looks really nice, covered in flowers all over. That's an annual sown in spring, and it's grown up this Berinda blue bamboo. Loads of nice late, well, it was late summer and autumn colour. We've Got the big blue bamboo over here as well, which has put out lots of new culms. Moves the Bajou here. Onset Montbelliardii. Dahlia is still in flower as well. But with all the winds and stuff, we've had plants sort of fall over. So there's a big Tiphonia in this gap here, and it's smashed over all these plants here. But we've still got the onset Henebas looking good in this area. The gingers just hanging on to a few flowers, but they're mainly finished. And we've got more here of the Canamusifolia. Tree ferns recovered well. That one completely lost its spring knuckles and then flowered again. Then it did a new unfurling of new leaves. And there's a better view of the blue bamboo. And everything's really grown over the paths. I do have to fight past everything. Now, obviously it wasn't like this for my open days. I kept it nice and tidy and things weren't quite as big. But as we're late in the season, you can see we're well over the paths now. Got Musa sycamensis here, which is doing pretty well. I'll be bringing this one in, I believe, and it's still not pupped. Been wanting this to pup for the last 2 or 3 years, and we've not had a single pup, unfortunately, on that plant. And you can see more plants have crashed down here with the strong winds we had the other day. So I had to remove a couple of big Tiphonias that was in this big gap, and it's crushed some echinaceas and some other plants in this area. There's the Gunra manicata, still looking pretty good this late in the season. And we've had a really dry month or so, so I've hardly watered as well because I've just not been here as much as I wanted to do the watering, just concentrated on the pots when I have. So this Gunra's not been watered at all since about July, I think, and it's still looking good. The Sheffield still putting out new leaves. This Sheffield macrophylla, huge leaves on that when they've expanded. Look at that one there. And you can see, if you look back, you can see the full extent of the growth of all the nice herbaceous plants, the bananas and Mesia zygomeris and the cannas and everything else. And we've got the big tree fern up there, looking rather nice. That's what we think, it's about 2.5 meters tall, maybe a bit taller. So in old money that's well over 8 foot tall. Now this Sheffield here looks like something's attacking it. It's the new foliage here, it's got this discoloration, and underneath we've got these weird little marks, so I think it's some sort of fungal infection. So I'm going to spray that with a fungus fighter and see if that helps. It's a bit of a strange one, just on the newest leaves. It could be a sapping insect that's done that, but I'm not certain. And later on in the season, once all this has been cleared or cut down by the frosts, we'll do the annual Trachycarpus species video as well, all different Trachycarpus species that are behind all this foliage. More Spanish flag there. Grass is still holding up well. Miscanthus strictus here looking really nice, still fresh. And even the Giganteus up there, which is towering over 3 meters tall now. Might get the odd flower if we don't get an early frost as well. So that's huge. And then we'll go through. The pond's still looking good with the Gunra tinctorius around it. Now I'll just pan round. Deep shadows now. That's Xanthodecia Hercules, which flowers much earlier in the season. I might split this and see if I can grow it in other areas of the garden as well. That has a spotty leaves to it and grows much bigger. than the regular Santa Dicia down here with the plain leaves. Both flower in spring and early summer. I've got a yucca putting up a flower stem there. That'll be flowering probably in October and November. And then over the archway we've got the chocolate vine, which looks pretty nice, but the most interesting thing about it are the fruits. So if we look up, we can see the very strong purpley blue fruits. They've all opened now, and all this flesh here, you can eat all that, but it's full of pips. But the flesh tastes absolutely gorgeous, like ice cream, but unfortunately it's full of pips, so it's not easy to eat. But all these hundreds and hundreds of fruits have lots of seeds in, and each one will produce a new plant. So they are unusual, definitely a talking point. Look at that one there, that double one. Just wish they fruited a bit early in the season so people could see it in the open days, but you can all see it on this video, which is good. Really interesting. And then we look down through the archway to the nice Jabea. Grown really well this year, so we've pruned it back quite a lot early in the season to expose the trunk, and it's done pretty well. It's pushed out about 7 leaves so far, something like that. The colocasias have gone mad, as they always do, so they're totally covering the beds either side. Got really big, nice big clumps. Wind's played a bit of an issue here, so we've got the Rhododendron, it's flopped over a little bit of the wind. And we've got this palm not looking well. This is Yorkshireensis, Trachycarpus Yorkshireensis. Leaves don't look happy, and I've actually got a bit of rotten frond coming here, as you can see, so that's not a good sign. Did move it last year and it's obviously sulking and not really appreciated that move, so hopefully that will recover. Plectranthus there, Iracine there. Still got lots and lots of colour, even without too many flowers in this part of the garden. But we'll just pan up and across. You can see the begonias in the background with the nice deep red flowers, orange flowers. And got a bit of damage down here, again with the wind. More Tophonias. Tophonias grew massive this year and then just flopped over. And I was going to show you the nice Eucomis, but that's flopped over as well. You can see down there, Eucomis polaventii, huge flowers on those. Again, the winds had them. I was fighting my way through. Oh yeah, this beautiful large Aeonium, I've just propped it against the trunk of the Jabea, that's also falling over in the wind as well. And look at this path, this was clear only a few weeks ago for the open days. Now it's completely covered by colocasias, so I'll just fight through those. This is Ginger Greenii, it's starting to flower. Normally flowers sort of very late on, so November time. Here, when it's left in the ground, if you potted it and bring it out in spring, then it can flower earlier, but for us it's sort of end of autumn before it flowers, and it's a fight between this and the first frost. See which one wins. And more repeating plants around here. Euphorbia mellifera. Always looks a little bit sad after it's flowered, but there's plenty of plants around the garden of this, and it will perk up again in spring. Faxonia. This is a great big Yucca Faxonia, great thing. Massive, it will grow absolutely huge in time, these long spiky leaves. And then we've got the main arid bed with the Montanas and Agave Americana, Yuccas and Brea Amata, which is still looking pretty good. Nice icy blue leaves. Yucca linearis always looks great, no spotting on that, or dusty black mould, anything like that, which some plants do get. Cerifera looking okay. And we've still got this wonderful Agapanthus in full flower, nice midnight blue flowers on this one. Erythema, wonderful palmate leaves, umbrella-like leaves, and you can see the fruit. Let's just zoom in on one of the fruits there. Look at that. They'll turn red, all these berries, and it self-sows about, so we've got loads of seedlings underneath the main plant here. So it's nice, bulks up naturally, that one. Great plant. Got more gingers over here. Spotty Dotty in Iris Confucia down here. And as you can see, my paths are a bit difficult to get through, so I'll just make my way around. Loads more of these wonderful Colocasia pink chinas and the gingers. Another Serifera here, and then my bamboos. This is Parvifolia, looking pretty healthy. Still got Salvia flowering down here with its wonderful blue flowers. Look at that, they're stunning. We're taking cuttings of that one. Melianthus coming back pretty well. That's a nice view down the garden. There's another excellent path down here, but the Tiphonias have blocked that. These are Eucomis, pineapple lilies, still looking nice, even though they're finished flowering. Still got the seed pods here. Bulking out these flower heads, looking really, really good. We'll fight our way through here, and you can see where another Tiphonia's fallen over. Little trachea grown from seed here. Look at that big leaf there, that's another huge leaf of pink china. Nice and healthy. There's the Bajus here, and then this is my favourite Butia odorata. Loads of Tetrapanax leaves all around it, which I'll cut down and remove. And then I'm going to have to fight to get through these paths. Trachycarpus Princep hybrids, got loads of these here. Look how white they are on the underside. They're stunning. More Trachycarpus and more palm trees. Begonia, hardy Begonia ventii down here, with these pink flowers. And we've got the seed pods here of this little ginger. And then we've got my tree ferns, which we've shown in an earlier video, so I won't go down there again in this video, but there's loads of tree ferns down there, and other little ferns and palm trees. This acacia is growing out, still hanging on to life. And then we've got the massive Tetrapanax going well up into the sky over there. And more palm trees. We love our palm trees and bamboos in this play area. And obviously the eucalyptus trees, which we've looked at in earlier videos as well. But I've not mentioned the huge Eucalyptus regnans in the corner, which is potentially the tallest flowering tree in the world. And we'll just finish the video just going around this corner, past the bamboo seedlings of the Giscaia gigantea seedlings, which have grown really well. And then we'll finish on the Trachycarpus aureophilus, probably the rarest plant in my garden. So thank you for watching this video, the walkthrough tour, autumn 2021. Thank you for watching this edition of Exotic Gardening UK. Join me next week, we'll be doing more in the garden.